You think your cat is just being annoying, crying at night, rolling on the floor, acting restless like something is wrong. But what if the truth is, she's not being difficult? She's asking for something she cannot explain. One evening, Sarah noticed her cat, Rosie, had completely changed. She wasn't the calm, quiet cat she knew. Instead, Rosie was walking in circles, rubbing herself against every corner of the room and making a long, emotional sound that almost felt like a cry. At first, Sarah got irritated. "Why are you acting like this?" she said, trying to ignore it. But Rosie didn't stop. She rolled onto the floor again and again. When Sarah touched her, Rosie lifted her back in a strange way, her tail moving to the side. She kept going to the door, scratching it, then coming back and staring at Sarah like she wanted something important. That night was even worse. Rosie didn't sleep. She sat near the window, meowing softly into the darkness as if she was calling someone. Not loudly, but deeply. The kind of sound that makes you feel something is missing. Sarah couldn't understand it, but she felt it. The next morning, she searched and finally realized the truth. Rosie wasn't sick. She wasn't crazy. She was in heat, a natural phase, a silent signal that she was ready to meet a male cat. From that moment, everything changed. Sarah started observing Rosie more closely. She noticed how Rosie became extra affectionate, rubbing against her legs constantly, asking for attention again and again. She wasn't being clingy. She was overwhelmed with instinct. Because when a female cat goes into heat, her body changes completely. This phase usually comes every few weeks, sometimes even 2 to 3 times in a month, and each time it can last for days. And during this time, she feels restless, emotional, and driven by something she cannot control. Sarah realized she had a responsibility now. She had 2 choices: ignore it and let Rosie suffer through confusion, or understand her and take the right step. After thinking carefully, Sarah decided to arrange a safe meeting with a healthy male cat. When the moment came, Rosie behaved differently. She wasn't scared, but she was alert. The male cat approached slowly. There was tension in the air, a strange silence. Then it happened, not like a fairy tale, not soft or gentle, but quick, instinctive, and a little rough. Sarah was surprised, even uncomfortable, but she didn't interfere because this is how nature works for cats. It's not about emotions, it's about survival. They met a few times over the next 2 days. That's usually enough, because cats don't need repeated meetings for weeks. Just a couple of successful matings during heat can lead to pregnancy. Then suddenly, everything changed. Rosie became quiet again. The noise stopped. The restlessness disappeared. She slept peacefully for the first time in days. Weeks passed and Sarah began to notice new changes. Rosie was eating more. She was calmer, slower, and she started choosing quiet corners instead of moving around all the time. And then Sarah realized Rosie was pregnant. This time it wasn't about understanding behavior. It was about care. Sarah changed everything for her. She started giving her better food, rich in protein, clean and fresh. She made sure Rosie always had water nearby. She created a soft, warm space away from noise. Because pregnant cats don't need stress. They need safety. As days passed, Rosie's body grew heavier, but her movements became softer. She stayed close to Sarah more than ever before. Not restless anymore, just peaceful, like she trusted her. One night, Rosie started acting differently again. She went to the quiet corner Sarah had prepared, scratching the blanket, circling slowly. Sarah knew. The time had come. She stayed close but didn't interfere. Because cats prefer privacy, but they also feel comfort when someone they trust is near. And then, in complete silence, it began. No panic, no chaos, just instinct. One by one, tiny kittens came into the world. Small, fragile, helpless. Rosie gently cleaned them, pulled them close, and wrapped her body around them like a shield. Sarah watched in silence, her heart full. Because now she understood everything. Those nights of crying, those strange movements, that restless energy. It was never a problem, it was a message. Cats don't speak our language, but they show everything if you're willing to see. From that day on, Sarah never ignored Rosie's behavior again. She learned that when a cat is in heat, she's not being difficult, she's asking for help. And when she becomes a mother, she's trusting you with something priceless. Because your cat doesn't just live with you. She depends on you in moments she cannot explain.